It's alright, it's okay. One day you're gonna find your way. It's alright, it's okay. One day you're gonna find your way. One day you will be at my front door. One day you will be at my front door.
Oh no, it's not alright, and it's not okay. Now this song, folks, is horrible. And you see, this artist here, he definitely knows it. It's as if he's sabotaging himself. Let me tell you one thing. This is a story of one badass motherfucker. Trust me, you just gotta stick it out and see what this guy's about. He lived a heck of a long life. And all he really did was just open up a studio and invite everybody over, but nobody showed. Year after year, he was up his 3-car garage, up in the studio apartment, fully decked out with studio arrangements everywhere and all in order. Even some lo-fi, mid-fi, and hi-fi equipment. And boy, some folks thought he went mental. Actually, he might have been crazy, but folks, this is a story. Listen now, truly.
About one badass mother fornicator.
And so, nobody ever really did come over. He waited and waited, and nobody ever had shown to the jam sessions. But that left him to his own imagination, and he would have imaginary improvised sessions, and he would have fabricated fandangos and all kinds of hella hootenannies with himself. He would create his own little miniature bands and tours and take them around the house at different times, record them, send them out on YouTube. But as time went on, he grew into an old man. His long beard grew into a white cape. And as he looked out his window of his studio, he looked back at all the years he recorded, and he didn't regret not 1 second of recording. He was happy with his life, and others wished they knew him. They regretted not recording with him. But when they look back at his catalog, they realize he was a very wise and rich man, and one to respect very well. And the mistakes they had made by not showing to the jam sessions, they do feel pity on themselves for what they had missed at the possibilities of all the intricate music videos that could have been made. And now they sit and thumb through the catalog and realize this man was a motherfucker.
That's right. You heard it right. He was a badass motherfucker. In fact, in the old folks' home, all the women knew that he was just downright funky. Now, he didn't care about anybody that stood in his way. He still just go on and be all badass all day. And it didn't matter that he sat in a rocking chair and was wheeled around with a wheelchair occasionally. He was still one son of a biscuit-eating son of a holy, tearing, badass son of a badass motherfucker, you see. He'd slowly walk through the park, and all the squirrels would gather around. In his pockets he'd be carrying some badass peanuts. He'd be throwing those badass peanuts down, and those squirrels, they were real nice to him. They counted on him every day to eat their meal for the day that he didn't show up because he had to go to the hospital. Some of them squirrels done starved, and he felt bad. But you see, a badass motherfucker like that can also feel bad. okay, but he also feels good most of the time because he's just simply a badass motherfucker. Now, he spends most of the day on a slow roll, and occasionally still plays cards with the guys. And, well, every now and then he's gonna reach over and he's gonna pinch some booty that he fancies. And why? Because he's just some badass motherfucker. And you know the nurses, they don't mind because they know that he's badass. Hell, they just pretty much give him their ass. They'll walk on by shaking their booties like they do, and he reach out and be pinching that. But, hey, badass motherfuckers like that, they can get away with stuff for shit like that because everybody knows that they're badass motherfuckers. And that is exactly what he was, you see? Well, now, you see, he's such a bad motherfucker. He's one serious motherfucker. He just sits there looking back at his life and he remembers the time that, he gained a little bit of motherfucking weight. And so he lost it and he felt great and he even thought he looked good. But everybody around him told him, you don't look good. Gain the weight back. And he's like, are you fucking sure? I feel motherfucking badass. I feel like a badass motherfucker. I never felt so healthier. Everybody told him to gain the weight back. And so he gained a little bit of weight back, just on purpose. And then those people, they back off and he realized, these motherfuckers, they ain't no motherfuckers like I'm a motherfucker. Shit, I'm the real motherfucker, he thought. And just to sit back as an old man where he could just look back like that, it must be nice. Something that none of us will ever encounter in our lives unless we're lying to ourselves. Now, do we lie to ourselves? Maybe some of us do. But one thing I know for sure, the truth, he was a real bad motherfucker. Or like the time, his woman at the time, because he's had many women, because, he's a motherfucker. His woman called him a motherfucker, all mad at him, and he just sit back and he said, why, thank you very much, ma'am. I do appreciate that, you stupid hoe. But anyway, so things cooled down and he got himself another woman. And another one after that, and another one after that, and another one after that, and another one after that. Well, what can I say? This man was a real motherfucker. And if you don't think so, one day when he finally dies, you're gonna see it up on his tombstone. It's gonna say, here lies one bad ass motherfucker. Now, after he was deceased and in the ground, people all around town started to notice that there was no bad, there was no ass, and there was no mother, and there was also no fucker. So the townspeople all got depressed, and they would just all sit around at the bar, talking about the memories of the old badass motherfucker they used to know. And from time to time, they pull out an old picture that they might have of that badass old motherfucker. And they would look at it, the teardrop in their eye, and they just drink another beer, do a little shot of whiskey. But I tell you, sometimes I swear, on a cloudy night, just enough to where the moonlight's poking through, I can almost see that badass motherfucker's face up in the clouds floating by. Will that badass motherfucker ever get his grips off of this here town? He gonna keep this town here on the ground. But I will say, he was always being a badass motherfucker. More than you, more than me, more than the whole people out on the street is scratching their head wishing that they would have treated that badass motherfucker better once he was around and alive, playing his music and invite him over to come to his studio, and they just never showed up. And they look at the bottom of their cup that they've been drinking all day and realize they'll never be as bad as that bad motherfucker. Never. And I mean never, ever, ever, ever be as bad as that motherfucker, 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 motherfucker.